So, a quick reminder that in the past weeks, months now, really, we've heard from Tulsi Gabbard and others that evidence has been found that shows that the Russian hoax, if you will, the Russian collusion, is all a created narrative to try to unseat Trump or at least diminish his power, beginning as early as immediately following the 2016 election. And she reported that in findings months ago, and others have echoed that. And recall the names involved: Comey from the FBI, Bolton, Brennan, and others. And now comes information that goes back to where we started the show, which is one of the tactics that you'll see these people use is they try to ignore or respin or redirect the problem and make it try to look like something completely different. Let's quickly refer back to what Tulsi Gabbard said, and also one of your good friends in talking about Brennan and others' participation.
The John Brennans, Adam Schiffs, and the oligarchs in big tech who are trying to undermine our constitutionally protected rights and turn our country into a police state with KGB-style surveillance are also domestic enemies and much more powerful and therefore dangerous than the mob that stormed the Capitol. Now, John Brennan said,
"So I know looking forward that the members of the Biden team who have been nominated or have been appointed are now moving in laser-like fashion to try to uncover as much as they can about what looks very similar to insurgency movements that we've seen overseas, where they germinate in different parts of the country and they gain strength, and it brings together an unholy alliance frequently of religious extremists, authoritarians, fascists, bigots, racists, nativists, even libertarians."
Now, President Biden, I call upon you and all members of Congress from both parties to denounce these efforts by the likes of Brennan and others to take away our civil liberties that are endowed to us by our Creator and guaranteed in our Constitution.
Note that goes back all the way to the Biden administration era, and so the findings that have come out since are even more poignant. Now, here's some comments from Roger Stone that align with the problem that we're seeing with Brennan.
Here is when you fabricate crimes and seek to destroy people's lives over them. I think what we're seeing today is justice, actual application of the law. But I warn you, we have a deeply embedded bureaucracy inside DOJ, inside the national security apparatus, and they are resisting this effort to bring people to justice. For example, this New York Times story that says that the prosecution of John Brennan is hampered because Tulsi Gabbard fired 37 deep state apparatchiks from the national security staff is completely and totally false. They have everything they need in declassified documents. They do not need the cooperation of any of those people who were fired to prosecute John Brennan. That story is planted by those deep in the bowels of the CIA, and it's false.
Yeah.
Now, people are starting to get the picture here, and then remarkably, folks are going direct to Brennan and asking him very direct questions. Watch this.
Just trying to get you to clear it up. If you saw the dossier before the election.
Read my memoir.
I've read excerpts of it. But
Read the rest of it.
Are you concerned about a possible indictment coming from DOJ? What do you think about the situation now? Anything you could say, sir. Just want to clear the record, give you a chance to talk. But did you see it, the Steele dossier, or not? That's pretty much the gist of the situation, right? You have nothing to say, sir, about it?
It's all on the record. It's all in my memoir.
This is what we like to call an awkward silence when somebody asks a very direct question of one of these people. Watch this interaction when he is both confronted while on stage and then afterwards with, again, questions about his conduct, what he knew, when he knew it.
Presented that. We never said it was disinformation. We said it was Russian influence operations, which is what they do. There's a big difference between influence operations. No, you don't know that.
Yes, Comey knew.
Comey knew.
The literature
said it had all the hallmarks of.
I don't know who put you up to this.
Nobody put me up to this, sir. I'm here on my own.
I don't know what role you played or who you are, but it's a bunch of bullshit that you just passed on.
That's assault. That's assault, Bill.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Watch this for a second at the very end here. I want you to look at the date. This is not old. This is the 30th of October, 2025. This is, what, 2 days ago. He is trying to, again, say, oh, no, this was all Russian influencing and so forth. We have seen the reports from Tulsi Gabbard and others that show that that's not true. Yet he's still trying to pitch this. It is astounding to me that someone would try to do this. He is not able to walk down the street without getting confronted with this stuff. And
which is the way it should be.
Exactly the way it should be. Now, think about this. Failing to answer the question. When you do answer the question, you try to respin it. Where have we seen this? And it goes back to some of your original questions. We've seen this right here in Georgia. Why is nobody, when we ask the question, why is nobody reacting to Colton Moore finding illegals being trafficked through Hartsfield? Deafening silence. Why is this Ponzi scheme being allowed to fester and people that clearly have been involved in it by name in documents and in reports that were playing a role in the organization that did this being allowed to retain leadership spots in the Georgia GOP? No answers. Oh, we need to let this play out. Really? Do we?
We need to unify.
Don't get me started. So you see the problem, and you see the parallels when we watch this play out. It's amazing. But these people, one of the tactics appears to be, well, let me just pretend that there's nothing there, and hopefully it'll go away. Well, we're not going to let it go away.